Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the press conference with the City of Dothan, Houston, Geneva, and Henry Counties, Wiregrass Foundation, the Chamber of Commerce. I appreciate you coming this morning. We are here to discuss the census, the 2020 census, and our status and some events. And I'd like to introduce Mayor Mark Saliba. If you would, please come up and share your information.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to try to talk through my mask. If you can hear me, I'll talk loud enough. It is Commissioner Fleming and I wanted to speak first on just how important the Census 2020 is. If you're not familiar with the fact that the state of Alabama itself is very dependent upon the federal funding. Matter of fact, we're usually in the top 5 to 10 federally funded states in the United States every year. So just to continue to stress the importance of why you need to self-respond on the census. The other thing that I would love to point out is the fact that there are 7 U.S. congressional districts, of which we're the second congressional district. It is rumored that us and possibly another district could be merged, and we could lose a district if we do not obtain or attain a certain level of percentage of our self-response and the hard count as well. Would love for us to be able to keep our district seat here and not be merged with someone else. I think that's as important as the $1,600 per person of funding that comes in when someone does fill out the count. I'm going to step aside and let Commissioner Fleming speak to specifics of what these dollars cover for us in the city of Dothan. Commissioner Fleming?
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. Personally, myself, being in the educational realm, education, of course, is vital to how we operate, not only in our city, but our county, our region, our state, our country, our world. And just losing some of the things that we could gain educationally from me personally seeing what happens at Head Start and what happens at certain elementary schools because of us filling out the census in past years and doing it in the proper way and having great representation and participation in it. We cannot afford to lose that right now with everything that is going on. So if nothing else, just speaking to my fellow colleagues in education, to my fellow citizens, not only of Dothan, but the Wiregrass area itself, our counties that surround us. Mayor spoke on losing representation, and of course, we do not want to lose a voice that can speak for us on the state or the national or any level. So again, I wanted to speak specifically to what it would do for education, and that's just not education here in Dothan, that's all around. So I hope that everyone is taking it serious, and the city is taking it very serious, and we're hoping to get the representation that we deserve and that we need and our participation.
Thank you, and Mayor, I want to clarify. The last numbers I heard were that if we got 100%, we would only lose 1 representative, and anything less than 80%, we would lose 2. And so that goes to the importance of taking the census so that everyone can be counted and we can keep our representation. Now I'd like to introduce Chairman Mark Culver from Houston County.
Thank you, Lori, and thank you for the continued good effort that you are putting forth to make us all aware of what we need to do with this census and how important it is. I would be remiss, as I always do, if I did not recognize all of our partners in this. We talk about, or at least I talk about often, how unique our area is in that we partner on just about everything with our surrounding communities, and this is no exception. I want to thank Toby and David for being here along with the mayor. We work together on so many things, and I can't think of anything any more important than us coming to you today to express how important it is, if you haven't filled out your census, to get out and do that. Our self-response numbers are below where they were last year. In Houston County, we're at basically 61%. We were about 65%, I said last year, 10 years ago. And I know everybody wants to blame everything on COVID. Well, I look at it a little bit different. You know, we are all supposed to be, when you're not working or not going out and doing things, you're supposed to be staying home. So it seems to me you've got plenty of time to be at home filling out the self-response. So there's no reason really for us to be below what we were 10 years ago. So take the few minutes that is required and go online and while you're at home quarantining or just being safe at home, if you have not filled it out, and fill out the census. You don't have anything else to do while you're at home, so go ahead and do that, and let's get this self-response number up. The other thing I wanted to mention is workers will be at some point coming out and doing a coming to your door type thing. I want people to understand these workers are going to be trained. They're going to be trained in safety. You know, I don't want to mention COVID too much, but they're trained in how to keep you safe when they come to your door. Be receptive to these people. They're just wanting your information and wanting to get our accurate count up, because as the mayor said, everyone we count is a valuable entity that creates revenue for our area and hopefully protects our congressional seat. And lastly are the funds, Head Start, food programs, a lot of other social programs, and especially important to me is all of our road programs are dependent upon the population that is reported. So all of our gas tax money that the city and the counties and around the state get is based on populations. The formula is based on population. So the more people we have in Houston County and Henry County and Geneva County, the more our percentage of the gas tax in the state is. So it's extremely important. Again, we appreciate the opportunity to come and let everyone know how important it is. And I think once you get past all of us politicians, Cliff will be able to tell you about some exciting things that are coming up that will give you the opportunity. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman. I appreciate it. Now I'd like to introduce Judge David Money from Henry County.
It's hard to be mean to Chairman Culver after he's been nice to you, but I cannot resist. You know, I look at this, and the numbers don't lie. There are 3 counties involved in this thing, and our county is dead last. And I don't like to lose. That bothers me. So my message is a little more specific to Henry County this morning. Sometimes I put things in a sports vernacular, and we're deep into the 4th quarter, but there's still a little time. I think about Troy. I think about games that back in 2010 when Chairman Culver's team was down 24 and had that comeback and beat us. And then 3 years later when they were down 7 with 32 seconds left and a missed field goal won it for them. You know, those things hurt. Those losses hurt. But I'm telling you, losing this is going to, well, I'm not going that far to say that it's going to be tougher than losing those football games. But the fact of the matter is there's time left. Henry County is a small county, so when you're trying to improve your percentages, it's not as hard as one of the larger counties. Quick example would be the little town of Haleburg. If any of you have ever heard of it, there are 99 citizens in Haleburg. They're at 42% right now, so which means basically 42 people have registered for the census. So my message to those listening in Haleburg is get out this weekend, find 30 people that have not registered, register them, and you go to 72%. I will say the one good thing about Henry County right now is one of our towns, Headland, is at 71%, which is the highest percentage of any municipality in the 3-county region. So my challenge is to Abbeville and Newville, Haleburg, the people in the lake area. You know, we still got a little time. We got to get this done. It's so important. It's only worth about $26 million a year to the citizens of Henry County. So I thank the partnership that we have in Geneva and Houston County and the city of Dothan. Thank Lori for all that she's doing. It's just up to our people, so thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And now I'd like to introduce Chairman Toby Say from Geneva County.
Good morning. Let me take this off so my glasses won't fog up. Good morning. I'm Toby C., Probate Judge, Commission Chairman, Geneva County. Bottom line up front, this census is more than important for our area. It's vital that we get an accurate count. I can assure you we would not be here today if otherwise. Geneva County as a whole, we're currently ranked 31st in the state as far as self-response rate and a self-response rate at 57%, which is not terrible, but we can't settle for mediocrity. We must do better, and we need to do better. You've heard of the federal impact dollars for our area. Let me give you a couple examples specific to Geneva County, and these numbers are determined by the 2010 census. SSUT, Simplified Sales Use Tax, also known as the Internet Tax. This year, Geneva County will receive roughly $380,000 to the general fund. Again, that revenue is determined by the 2010 census. Gasoline tax, as Chairman Culver mentioned. Geneva County will receive roughly $3 million. That's combined with the Rebuild Alabama funds. Excuse me. And again, that revenue is based on the 2010 census. Each person registered has a direct impact on the revenue that each county and each city receives. The more revenue we receive, the more services we can provide and better road and bridge infrastructure we can provide for our citizens. The census cannot be stressed enough. Please do your civic duty and register for the 2020 census. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. And I want to take my mask off because I want to make sure you can hear this. We are at a critical state in this time with the census. We need everyone to reach out to your groups, your organizations, to be sure that they have taken the census. You can go online to my2020census.gov and take it. You can go to the libraries. And we are setting up events in these communities to try to reach out. I will tell you that as far as the state of Alabama, we are trying to reach the rural white people and the black communities. And it's essential that they be counted. We know how hard COVID has been on our communities across the nation. Think about not having places for your child to go while you go to work. Think about not having healthy lunch programs, school programs, all the things, health care. If we don't take this census and get a good count, that could be our reality because we don't have federal dollars for the next 10 years. And so it's important that we spread this message. It's not about the government tracking you. It's about you being counted where you live and the dollars going to the programs that are needed. So now I'd like to introduce the Dothan Area Chamber President, Cliff Menheim. He's going to tell you about an event we have coming up.
Thank you, Lori. Good morning. It's only appropriate that I prepare some remarks or have some remarks prepared for today. And it's football related because good Alabama men are going to talk about football every chance they get, of course. Fall is just around the corner. We've got some cooler weather coming in and hopefully some hard-nosed football. And anyone that knows me knows I absolutely love football. I enjoyed playing it and I've enjoyed coaching it at all levels. And friends, our Census 2020 team effort is in the fourth quarter, as Judge Money said. The clock is ticking. We're behind on the scoreboard, and that's why it's time that we drop everything and get counted. Wednesday, August the 12th, has been designated as a statewide day where businesses can allow employees to complete the census at work. We need every business in Houston, Henry, and Geneva counties to support this day of action. While business owners and management have most likely completed the census, data suggests that our hourly and frontline employees most likely have not. So we're asking all businesses to please consider setting aside 30 minutes for employees to answer 10 questions that'll take an average of 6 minutes. 6 minutes, that's it. 6 minutes that could decide whether we get billions of dollars in federal funding. 6 minutes that could decide our continued representation in the halls of Congress. And 6 minutes that defines our next 10 years. For the love of Dothan and Houston County, for the love of Geneva and Henry counties, for the love of Alabama, and for the love of us all, please join us August 12th and drop everything and get counted. Our future literally depends on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Cliff. I'd also like to announce that I'm working with Hawk Houston Boys and Girls Club. We're doing some things on August 20th, and we are doing some things with the Baptist Bottom, with the city. When they're going out to do Love Dothan, we'll be going out and helping take census in that area on the 15th. And am open to going to any community to have laptops where people can do that. So feel free to reach out to me. My phone number is 334-718-0605. Would be glad to come and set up a social distancing appropriate event where you can still take the census. I want to thank everyone for coming today. I appreciate all of the leadership from these leaders in trying to make sure that we have the funds needed and the appropriate leadership for the next several years. 10 years is what we will be living with from this census. And I want to thank everyone and appreciate your time today.